Heyo, how's it going, everybody? Hope everyone out there is having themselves a fantastic day today. Welcome, my name is Relikai. I'm gonna play a video game on the internet. Tonight that video game is going to be Genshin Impact. We are back at it with some more Genshin, and like the title says, I actually managed to pull the 4-star whose name begins with a C. It's insane. What's up, Vic? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Hope everything is going well for you. Hope everything has been groovy. Yeah. So I've actually been using Chevy for the past couple days now, and she's actually pretty fun. She's actually pretty fun. I like her overload meta. It's a good time. It's allowed me to pull out characters that I haven't pulled out in a while. Like you know, like I've got Miko on my team again, and Daya's there, so it's a good time. It's a good time. It has fantastic. That's what we like to hear. That's what we want to hear around here in these parts. So yeah, tonight we're just gonna be continuing on with the main storyline. So what was happening last time? We're definitely out of jail now. Navia continues to suffer. I don't understand why. I don't understand why Hoyoverse has decided that Navia just needs to always be crying, but I hate it and I want it to stop. Yeah, we went down, checked out that one place. Navia almost melted into the water before our boys Malus and Silver managed to pull her back out. So that was pretty cool. Neuvillette showed up, and yeah, that's about everything I recall. Navia's hood got absolutely fucked, and so yeah, there's that's about where I think we left off, is where we got out of that whole yeah, I think we just left the domain, where we went and explored around a little bit. So I'm looking to see what's going to be happening next soon. I'm hoping we're going to start getting into the stuff relating to Furina, so that yeah, because from what I hear, that stuff seems pretty interesting. Because again, I've had it spoiled, unfortunately, by this point, but yeah, Furina ends up not being the Archon anymore, which is something we'd never seen before. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Good evening, partner. What's up, Demir? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Hope your day is treating you well. We're about to start up Genshin here. So, yeah, if that sounds like it's your speed, go ahead and stick around for as long as you feel like. Let me go ahead, kill the BGM, get the audio here, and come on over. All right, where are we? OBS, let's go. There we are. Okay, so before we start going off and doing the story, first of all, yes, I gotta show off that yeah, I did get Chevy. It's very nice. And yeah, so this is the team I'm running around right now with Daya, Kuki, and Miko. I have not used Miko in quite a while, so yeah, this is nice that I can actually utilize her a little bit more. But yeah, I really like Chevy. She's fun. I didn't get to see the full extent of her characterization in the event because I didn't finish it, but I plan on seeing how it all played out. Now here's something that I do need to bring up. I don't understand why this has happened, but for whatever reason, Hoyoverse decided, and we're about to get a little, for lack of a better term, we're gonna get a little pervy here for a second. Listen, man, it's like when you get your anime figures, okay? You always gotta check the color of the pantsu, all right? Now, here's the thing. Chevy has like some kind of void. It's just this endless empty void of a pelvis. I don't get it. It's kind of unsettling, I'm not gonna lie. There's just no detail there. You know, it's like we have other characters who have, you know, similar similar things like that. Bro's got mad drip. She do be pretty kitted out. Also, I love when she's like just eating away at her fried foods. As someone who unfortunately has a real weakness for fried foods, like I feel everyone does, I can very much relate. But so what was I saying? Yeah, so okay, so we've had other characters who have like, you know, similar styles to her with, you know, these leggings. Like we've got Ganyu, but Ganyu has definition inside of here. We've had Mona, who also has, you know, definition down here. I mean, granted, they have, you know, these kind of like, these like, I don't know what you call them, but sort of like a leotard kind of a design going on with it. So it's not just blank leggings. So I don't know if this is just a matter of like a character for the first time just having blank leggings. But yeah, it's just odd. It's just a void, an empty void. So I don't know. It's a
special security and surveillance.
It's a bit weird, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I can deal with it.
The people we're after aren't exactly the type who just pop up on the street.
What character now? We're talking about Chevy here. Talking about Chevy and her endless empty void of a pelvis. It looks like her character model isn't finished, in all honesty. It's kind of weird. Anywho, that's all the attention I'm gonna bring to it. So before we actually start getting into the story here, I want to go ahead and get all my resin used up, and I've been using it recently by actually farming for Chevy's upgrade or ascension mats, which is something that I haven't done for a while. So
let's get it on. Gloves off.
We're just gonna you know, do that for a little bit before we actually get set up here.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge right now. Dissipate.
Final warning. Justice will.
Okay. This I'm not gonna lie, this boss is a little annoying, but it's okay. We'll deal with it as it comes. Okay.
Stop right there.
Our bond is strong. Emerge right now, right here.
Lightning, terrible. You're dead meat.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching.
Damn. There we go. Last little hit for Chevy. Good stuff. All right. It's plain compared to other characters. Yeah. We were just talking about like how the design compares to like Mona or Ganyu, who have, you know, the tights or the I don't know, pantyhose I can never remember what the proper term for like this style is, but you know what we're talking about. And yeah, it's just very odd. It might be because they didn't give her some kind of some kind of thing that goes, downwards and covers up that area. So it's just plain pantyhose, but it is what it is, I suppose. Available quests. Aha. All right, yeah. So we got these. I forgot, and then claim, and then I can't unlock these yet, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. When is the How long does this thing take to respawn? 2 minutes, man. All right, so I guess we're gonna be here for a second while we wait for. Or actually, I should probably, now that I've done it once and I'm down to 120, I'm not just waiting around for my or I'm not just having my resin just sit there accumulating dust. So I'll go ahead and leave that for now. Let's just go ahead and get back to the main mission that we got going on here. Just so that we're not wasting our time literally waiting around. All right, let's get in there. So I still think this was right after we left the domain. So, yeah, because that's all I can remember.
You're here, finally.
Yep, I am here. What's the issue?
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Furina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute.
Uh-oh.
Please go see for yourself.
Oh, boy. All right. What are Mommy and Daddy fighting about? Well, it's less Mommy and Daddy and more like
I said,
Daddy
I
and
explain everything.
little sister. Oh, yeah. We were asking her about those plaques or whatever.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
Yeah, look at them all. Look at them.
You mean they're all...
Oh, look at her eyeballs quiver.
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know.
Out with it.
Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson.
Yep, there we are.
Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct.
Oh,
Which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 featured different images that seemed to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The prophecy.
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon?
I'll ask you again. Are you bullshitting me directly to my face?
My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
Are Archons able to know about their past lives or whatever? Cause sort of like with Nahida and Rukkhadevata. I can always remember that name because of how just rhythmic it is.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me.
Okay, now.
Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Furina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
Oh, come on, Furina. Also, I realize now that her default setting is the one with her like long hair and white shorts. But when you play her default is the one with short hair and black shorts. I'm wondering if that's an indication of like her like change when she stopped being the Archon. I'll have to see.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Oh, toodles. She literally ran out of there. Did we just stand out there the whole time?
Did Furina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
She seems to be deliberately hiding something. Very sus.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Yeah, we were told to go inside, but I guess we just decided that we weren't going to do that.
Oh, you noticed. Seems Furina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage?
Oh yeah, he doesn't understand why people do things that don't make sense. Oh, you poor baby boy. I'm afraid questions alone might not suffice. Whoa, we need to make her understand how dire the situation actually is. I mean, he showed her a list of dead people. I feel like that should, I don't know, do something.
Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to.
Yeah, that sounds like the start of a
We
doujin.
may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial.
Oh, is that why
Perhaps we
she
must
stands
have
trial?
The Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
Oh, geez.
But Furina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can.
I believe this would be considered a conspiracy in most regards.
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this.
In that case, we will need aid.
But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
I mean, we're literally friends with both a actual lawyer and a law school dropout. I mean, that's kind of what I feel kooky is. I think I know who to call. If few days later, on a boat somewhere in quiet Poisson. Poisson. La Poisson. La Poisson. Wait.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
Wait a second. Did we call in a favor from our non-friends? My god, Lumine, how low you will stoop. You won't even apologize for being a little twat to them, and you're calling in favors.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised Yanfei has not made some kind of appearance. Like, we're literally in the nation of laws, and we have a friend who is a literal lawyer. How has there not been some kind of event or scenario quest where she shows up? Like, come on. I would honestly love it. Like, Yanfei and Kuki, they like show up, they team up, and they get to hold a trial of their own. That would be sick.
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Oh boy.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will
Good
cause
sir.
the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
Yeah, there you go, girl.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Wow.
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something.
Okay, so when does what's her name?
As for what that is,
Shabe?
Let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
I feel like she's going to be another 4-star. I really don't see her being a 5-star. And so I swear to God, I feel like her name starts with a C also. And I don't know if Chevy was an indication that my C 4-stars curse is over, but I would like it to be, because I would like to be able to pick her up too. Sheba. Hey Yola, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's groovy on your end of things. How's your night going?
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Clorand. And
Clorand,
the
that's
star.
her name. Right.
Let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Yeah. Hi, good stuff. Yeah, Clorand. I hope I can get her. And again, that Chevy is an indication that my curse has been lifted. You ate rice. I too ate rice, along with broccoli and lentils and tofu and potatoes. But good stuff. We're just playing some Genshin, continuing on with the main storyline here, trying to get to the good, juicy bits of the story after being in jail for so long.
Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
You're getting really close in there, girl.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
Avataring, how do you do? Go on. Those bratty smiles.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Ew, no.
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. as for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
Oh, how terrible.
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Houkisei Hunters.
Clorian's shirt is, it does things.
Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus.
King Remus?
Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device.
Spider web. I get it.
Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey.
Her voice sounds so dry. Like the air around her when she recorded her lines is so dead.
So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare.
Or maybe it's just her voice herself, just like because she's so monotone. Like it just, I don't know. Everything really does just feel so flat with her voice, even down to the audio quality of it.
Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
Jack of all trades, master of none, I see.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
He's so pretty. Jeez. What is your secret, boy? What do you do? This is a skin care routine. Are those eyelashes natural? I don't think they are. You gotta be curling them, right?
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads
Freckles.
of fish.
He does have freckles.
And I can be their assistant.
And our girl here has a star on her cheek, which is definitely 100% natural, I bet.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks.
No trickery, no skullduggery of any sort, not even a sliver of
I
shenaniganery.
do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Yay, my boy is on my same wavelength.
Kind as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
We're talking about Furina, right? We're talking about setting up a trap for Furina. Is that correct? I'm on the same page here, right? Why are we talking about it like a hunt?
Wait, why is that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
Yeah, this seems a little extreme for what we should be, like, discussing here.
So, are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
Why don't we just call ourselves what we are? We're conspirators. We are initiating what amounts to basically a political coup against the god of this nation.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate.
I mean, sure.
But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
That's right.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Very into Clarence hunting meta. Oh, I get to actually read this one. Oh, how kind of you, Hoyoverse. Clarence hunting metaphor was just that, a metaphor. They felt like they were like, you guys aren't actually going to be hunting Furina. Don't worry. You will not call this a hunt because that is not what you should do at present, nor has the relationship between you and Furina reached such a dire stage. Okay. What you need is simply the secrets she is keeping. Attempting to take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but must be done to prevent Fontaine from sinking into the waters as foretold in the prophecy. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you will need. Just a disclaimer. A disclaimer on there. Everybody, you're not actually hunting Furina, and she doesn't actually hate you. We're just... this is a metaphor. You get it? Okay, why not? Let's go ahead and just do it real quick here. Whoosha! Might as well while we have the opportunity. All right, swiggity swooty, coming for that seahorse dragon booty.
All right. You asked for it. Gloves off. Right now. Emerge. Right now. Stand with me. Out of my way. Justice will look alive. Huh. You asked for it.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, come on, come on. Yeah, boy. There we go. All right. Managed to get all the way down before it was able to get up to any of its other skullduggery. Alright, what's this here? Uh-huh. Very nice. Alrighty, good stuff. Alright, now let's get back to the matter at hand. Are we going down into the depths? Probably. Alright. Who dat? Who we consulting with? Dope.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening.
Those meetings sure did make me hungry.
Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh?
Again, we are conspiring against our nation's god. This isn't something that we just, casually do, after work.
Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Do you feel more confident after the meetings, Paimon?
Well, it's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great.
Yeah.
After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
Is something wrong? What's happening?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all.
No, I did not.
Then what's that?
What's that there? And what's this then?
Paimon's never seen that cup before.
It's pretty.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who the hell is that?
Who's that voice? But there's no one here.
Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Say what? So you finally got her? Chevy? Yes, I did manage to get her. Unlike Navia, but yeah, unlike Navia, unlike Candace, unlike Charlotte, I finally managed to get the C-named 4-star, and hopefully this means I'll be able to get Clorand as well, who I'm still assuming is going to be a 4-star.
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
Oh. Right. I vaguely remember that. Yeah, we never resolved that, did we?
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all.
Uh-huh. Who are you? And what do you want with us? What's going on here? Doubt it. Characters that appear in the main story and more than once always end up as 5 stars. I don't know. Her design just doesn't seem to be... just doesn't scream 5-star to me. She feels a lot like Kujo Sara, where, and she ended up as a 4-star. So I don't know. That's what I'm feeling.
Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Also, what is your accent? I'm a little confused by it. Friend's disciple. So this is one of the friends of Mona's master, the enigmatic N of the Hexer Zirkel. Allow me to ask you, will Fontaine's prophecy come true? Likely too much accessory and stuff to look like a 5-star. I'm not gonna say that that's not entirely untrue. I mean, like yeah, kind of, I'll admit. I mean, she also doesn't show up, like, prominently enough, you know? She shows up occasionally, unlike, you know, Neuvillette, unlike Furina, unlike, Navia, who all show up a lot more frequently. She shows up, you know, not all that often, which, again, screams 4-star to me.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
Can I drink you? I'm saying that as if you are the cup of tea, but I mean, it's what we're staring at, so it's our focal point, so I'm just calling you the tea.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed
Pause.
attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
There it is again, fate. Can there really be no exceptions? Yeah.
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
That immediately made me think of Road to El Dorado. Well, as we say in the spirit world, there's your plan and then there's the gods' plan.
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
The tea in the teacup is just about gone as well. Oh, man.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change.
Okay, so she's one of, like, Alice's friends then, right? God damn. I swear, like, the day Alice actually shows up and she becomes a playable character, holy shit, everyone's gonna lose their goddamn minds. I mean, including me. Like, I want Alice to be in the game already, man. Also, if she, like, shows up with, like, the rest of her witch posse, that would be hype.
Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
My part? Huh.
This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Can we keep the teacup? Mage N, is this the clue you're leaving for us? Okay. The unexpected news leads to complicated. When you wake up, someone seems to be outside. Witch posse? Yeah.
I want to hear someone talking.
Klee's mom is like the member of some kind of like witch mage coven, and they all get together from time to time and drink tea and whatnot. So if they all decide, if they actually became playable characters, yeah, that would be very hype.
All right, coming.
You're getting more diligent, Paimon.
Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see
Hey!
I walked in on some lively banter.
Mona's back.
Mona!
How have you been these past few days?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected.
There you go.
Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
It seems whenever you show up, Yola, is Mona decides to pop in as well. Coincidence? Who knows?
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist?
Oh, Charlotte. You did not want to heed the call.
I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Actually, someone already came over.
Huh?
Yeah, we're so important, people just show up in teacups for us. You tell Mona about your mysterious guest.
Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
I believe she came to pass a message. I thought this said massage for 1 second.
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
Yeah, maybe if they weren't from Greece.
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost.
Well, she sounds nice.
But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
I'm sure they're still both hot as fuck.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Stay in shape. I guess that's one way you could put it.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Yeah, I hope they show up one day finally.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
Yep, the plot says that we can't know at this moment. True, her words were meant as a helpful hint, but then will we realize their value and meaning? Was that the best answer that my question could have gotten? Oh, definitely not. Definitely not, but I mean, you can't just be spoon-fed everything, Lumine.
Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
Dang.
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, after you know, after Y2K, after 9/11, after 2012, after the pandemic, after the recession, like at this point, like just the world just needs to blow up. Anywho.
I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate.
Dang.
So far as I have seen it,
Yes,
cannot
sir.
be swayed.
The panini? The panini? Throw us into the sun, yeah.
But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles.
Aw.
Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful.
I didn't realize you were so romantic, Mona. I mean, I guess that might come with the territory of being an astrologist. But so Mona does believe in miracles. Do you believe in
Perhaps
magic?
that's what Em's trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone.
Man, my gacha games are being like weirdly inspirational recently. You know, last week we had Babbage literally telling us don't let your dreams be dreams, and now we've got Mona telling us to believe in miracles and to not lose heart in the face of overwhelming adversity. Oh man, getting pep talks from my gacha games feels very, very odd.
I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
Don't worry about it, Mona, and thank you.
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did.
Aww.
I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Well, do we have to always meet by coincidence? We could just, you know, meet for a date. All right. Okay. I hate to see you go, but I love watching you leave.
But also kinda sad too.
Or the game pep talking into saying that with fiction you can experiment with stuff that ain't basically possible in real life, which is based.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go.
A walk, she says.
Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
Go to the newsstand. I guess I will do that. Up here. There we go. All right. And before we do that, let's go and kick the seahorse around a little bit again. Whoosha! All right, I'm coming.
Emerge, right now, right here. Our bond is strong. Drop your weapons. Buckle up.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge, right here.
Stand with me. Gloves off.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh boy. Oh man, I wasn't able to make it happen this time. That's fine though.
Alive. Hands where I can see them. Our bond is strong.
Emerge, right now, right here.
You're dead meat.
Come on, 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 come on. No, 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 no. Yeah, there we go. All right. Good stuff. There we go. Okay. How close am I being able to ascend here? Ooh, okay. We're all good. Now I just need the pyro chunks. Do I have any pyro chunks? I doubt I do. You can join my world and beat the horse up if you want. No, I'm good. I've got it under control. Thank you. Let me see here. All right, we're gonna sacrifice all of the dendro bits. Okay. And then, ooh. Yeah, you know what? Let's, well, oh, I don't need those yet, though. Oh, well, that's fine. All right. We'll just do it like this. Oh, we got some, more. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Okay. And now, hey, there we go. And then, boom. That's so much easier. So much easier than the way it used to be. Oh, and I got a wish. I got a wish from it. There we go. Burn it. Oh, why do I have 4 of these things? All right, yeah. Uh-huh. And then boom. And then boom. And boom. Good stuff. When is my next pity from this thing? Let's see. Oh, that's right. I got the book. Okay. So I should be around like 40 by now. So, all right. That sounds good. That sounds good. All right. 50 wishes. Goddamn. Whoopsie. And there we go. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Where are we going? Nope. Over here. All right. Making our way downtown. What the hell are you doing in there? Oh, okay. All right. Children being sus. As usual. I'm gonna do a sin and skip Shan Yu. Sin and skip?
Huh?
I have no idea what that means.
Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
Oh, there's a donut right there. I need to get it.
Let Paimon see.
Are we wanted again?
The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy. But that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, weren't we supposed to give her, like, information or something?
Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. A blonde adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said
White
that
fairy.
this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her.
Yeah, that's what she does, especially when she isn't here.
She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead?
That sure seems to be the case.
Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
Uh-huh. All right, give me the donut. There we go. All right. Now where are we going? Make our way up there.
We're here!
What's here?
I'm hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat?
Let's do it to it. Sometimes there are other things happening in places where you need to go to progress quests. I know, and it's annoying as shit.
Hey, quick! Look! That's...
It's the player! For real, they're looking and pointing right at me. It feels odd.
That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake!
16 slices a day cake, huh? I guarantee Furina's about to rock up, cut in front of us, and take all of them. It hasn't already sold out for the day?
It was so delicious the last time we tried it. Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. I'm sure it'll be great.
We can't let anyone get ahead of us. We will literally kill them if they attempt to.
1 slice of cake, please.
Ayo!
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalet was right. You really can eat.
Ayo, what the fuck does that mean?
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Is that Noelle? I don't know why. I'm getting Noelle vibes from her voice. My beloved.
Do you come here often?
Oh my god. You trying to riz her, Paimon?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Cake and coffee. Yeah, I think that is Noelle.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it would be underwater.
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No.
Oh, is that
still,
right?
Even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
God damn. Did we just get schooled? Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Aww. That's kind of... Wait, Sijuin? Interesting.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans.
Humans. I thought for a second she said she was born like of me. I think I saw the F and the O in before, and my mind just did this thing where it made it into of, and I was like, what the fuck? Mommy?
She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
So cute. I like the Melazines. They're adorable.
And there she goes.
What? Huh? Okay, Paimon hopes to see you later. Okay.
All right, let's dig in. Paimon's sure this cake will be delicious.
You share a glance with Paimon and snarf down the cake?
It's more delicious than last time.
Wait.
And the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow.
That said snarf. That should have been scarf, right? Snarf is a fucking character from Thundercats. What the hell? You share a glance with Paimon and snarf down the cake. What? Snarf it down? What the fuck?
Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
You're getting really like sentimental and depressed, Paimon. God damn. Yeah, eat your feelings away, Paimon. Bury yourself in cake and ice cream.
The Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Let's have a chat. Oh, look who it is. So easy to find when you're not...
Ow! If it isn't the traveler...
When you're not on the banner, huh?
Have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Can we negotiate a profit split? That's not how news works, Lumine.
Oh, you needn't worry about that.
I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though.
Okay, listen, the subject of news articles don't, like, they don't get royalties from their news being put into news publications, okay? This is not a thing that happens.
It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really? Oh, you're the best!
We just had cake and tea.
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
Yeah, I was looking for you on the last banner. You never showed up.
When Mona mentioned you, we thought of coming to see you at work.
I see. It seems you've already bumped into Mona here in Fontaine. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
Oh, Mona was talking about me, huh? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
I love that. Nice.
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
Why are we doing this? Aren't we supposed to be conspiring against God right now? That seems like something that should be taking up the majority of our time.
Yeah, are we even qualified enough?
What do you mean qualified? Qualified to be interviewed?
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Unless we're all dead.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and...
What? Lighting? Props? Why? You guys don't... Well, never mind. I was about to say they don't have video technology, but no, they do. But, like, you're not gonna upload it onto YouTube or something, so... What are you gonna do? Premiere an interview in the movie theaters?
Whew, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
What would you do if we all died tomorrow?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
That's literally what I just... That's literally what I said.
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow.
Yep. Man, it is like... Oh, the global warming parallels are just... They just write themselves.
If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist, first and foremost.
I mean, yeah, that is something that everyone could do, you know?
From the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily.
I mean, guys, for real, move, please. If the apocalypse comes and the seas rise, please don't just stay there. Leave.
From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's my answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
So is what the game is trying to imply?
So nice.
that
all of a sudden Paimon actually kinda envies her.
that like tomorrow the prophecy's gonna happen?
Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we?
Okay, why not? Oh?
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yes?
If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do?
Damn, I didn't think we were gonna have to start introspecting here.
No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do?
I wanna hug the Paimon. If I could choose, huh? It's just like Charlotte said, suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Until that moment comes, I think I'll keep journeying on.
You mean, still traveling?
Yes, cherishing every single moment that I have to look upon this world.
Huh. Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing?
Yep, I guess we're no different from everyone else. Banter goes back and forth between the two of you as time slips by. As night falls, you return to your accommodations and end this busy day. The next few days are just as calm. Charlotte comes to find you and conducts the interview in the Spina di Rosula safe house at the Fleuve Songe. Navia, having finished her business in Poisson, even drops by to take a photo with the two of you. All goes well. Everything is just fine.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
Ah, so the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Who?
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Who?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Mirapede.
Are you under the impression that we might be wanted criminals?
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Let's hear it.
Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
What?
A riot?
A riot? Let's start a riot? A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious.
Oh, would you say it was a guided tour?
Lady Furina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her.
Oh?
Loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis.
Interesting. Was it Linny and Lynette?
And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
Just like that, huh?
So people have started to put the blame on Furina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
Wait, hold on a second. Every person that we've ever talked to about this prophecy has either said they don't give a shit, or that they don't believe it, or that, you know, they're just like, I just go about my business as usual, man. We have literally seen no one care about the prophecy. So where is this mob coming from all of a sudden? Where is this sudden anxiety over the prophecy just popping up out of nowhere? This is no. You have not given us the sufficient seeds for this to feel like an incident that was naturally led to, Genshin. You need to be doing better about this.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that? Is Furina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry. The Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Furina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right.
She's off
The
sulking
Maréchaussée
somewhere.
has dispatched many people to search for her,
but we don't have any leads yet. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
I understand the situation now as you have described it.
Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on. Thanks for keeping us informed.
Ah, is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
All right, I may not be able to remember who you are, but your voice is very nice and soothing, so I will give you that. Toodles. What is that?
Sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
You sure caught on quickly.
If we know Furina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat.
Oh, that's...
And as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Furina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling.
By just eating her feelings away.
Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up, too. Cool, huh?
I see becoming a detective's done you some good. Looks like those detective novels have had an effect on you.
In that case, there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come!
Yeah, we're saying that there's not a moment to lose, but I am still going to go ahead and kill this seahorse one more time. All right, here I come.
Emerge, right now. Stand with me! Out of my way! I'm always watching. Right here, emerge.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Our bond is strong. Right now, emerge.
Oh, shit.
You asked for it! Let's get... You asked for it!
Both my pyro ladies are feeling that one today. Oh, god damn it, man. All right, get down here, please. Thank you.
Right here. Right now. I'll settle this. Final warning! You ain't messing around! Gloves off!
Come on.
Stand with me! Right here. Emerge. Nothing lasts forever.
Damn it. All right, you need to stop.
Stop right
Cease.
Hands where I can see.
Oh, god damn it. All right, well, that's fine. As long as we manage to get through it. All right, good stuff. Now, I guess we're going over here. Find out where Furina has crawled to pout.
Deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation.
Yeah.
Could Furina...
Hold up. Let me go ahead and cancel navigate. Alright. Find Furina in Poisson. Oh, look at that. Who's that down there? What's up, little lady? Yep. I literally said, let's find where she wandered off to pout. And, yep.
That's Furina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
Stay quiet for now. Oh, cute.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless.
Aww.
What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Aww.
Give up, Furina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Furina.
Who's that?
Don't worry, Furina. It's just us.
Damn, we just snuck up right on her.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Oh, this is before we become friends, so all right.
Furina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it.
Girl, give it up.
Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were, disturbing my enjoyment of the arts? They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Maréchal Phantom are freaking out right next to them too.
She's talking like a 12-year-old who's run away from home. Stop trying to act tough, Furina. You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you?
Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there!
Oh boy.
Quick, after her!
Bro, what are you gonna do?
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
She just gonna run away then?
Furina just ran off.
Yep.
Quick, we have to catch up with her.
Let's go. Damn, y'all are slow. Look at this. Look at this high-speed chase.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Furina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Is this place supposed to be, like, significant in some way? It looks like just a rando house. It is just a rando house. With old fish inside of it.
Paimon's exhausted.
From flying.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
This place is not what I'd call soundproof.
You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
Good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Another disaster just struck, I suspect.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Oh boy.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neverlette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
Has Furina finally reached her limit? Now that she's talking about her actual feelings, she's starting to look far less stiff. You begin to talk amongst yourselves. Furina slowly calms down.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years.
Hundreds?!
I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me.
But...
I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
The heavenly principles is that's the god that we fought against at the very beginning of the game, right? I'm pretty sure that's what they're actually called. But even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free.
But that would also mean that all hope would disappear, and then you would just be letting your dreams be dreams.
Indeed. I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end.
Dang. Based.
Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
Bruh.
Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
She was. Now she's bullshitting us. We're running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I have to get more information out of her. Furina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you could still choose to confide in someone. Just cry on my shoulder, baby girl. It's okay. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
Well, I mean, I think I belong here now. You don't gotta say it like that, you know.
And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
I am the protagonist. How dare you?
If that's the case...
There's no time left. Please, Furina, just spit it out. Ooh, cutscene. Uh-oh. Wait, what the hell? What the heck? Oh no, is she gonna feel like we entrapped her? Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
Oh boy.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes.
Here comes the encore.
Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Oh boy.
You would draw your blade against a god?
Oh snap.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
One guy's like, fight, fight, fight!
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
A human? A human? A human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this?
Do you guys want a trial by combat, or do you want a trial by trial? Shut the fuck up.
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
No, of course not. Sometimes it's an indication of touchdown, as you all know.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary.
I mean, isn't that the same thing? Wait.
I will admit that I've been running away for a long time.
I love Furina's faces. Like, it feels like they added a lot of subtlety to the ways in which her model is manipulated to get more nuanced facial expressions from her. And yeah, is Furina my favorite Archon? Nahida is very much up there, but Furina's just a lot more fun. So I think Furina's probably my favorite Archon now.
I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes.
Heyo.
You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself. But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice!
Let's do it!
This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice! One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine! The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo! If I just hold it right there, then it's just like that one guy is really hyped for it and no one else gives a shit. And then he just goes like, woohoo! Yeah, right! Yeah, woo! Woohoo! Yeah, yeah, woohoo! Woo, yeah. And he just like slinks back into his seat.
Oh, now we're making history.
Wait, now we're making history. That sounds like some song lyrics. making his. I think it's like from an anime song or something.
Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
Probably.
All right, then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Dang. Thank you, Your Honor. Really? Oh man.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
But we're still cool, right? We were so close to getting her to tell us the truth, and it still turned out like this in the end. It's okay, though. As long as we can defeat Furina in court, we'll still have a chance to figure everything out. So who's going to be her lawyer? Nobody? Oh boy.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates.
Oh, hey, we got some nice looking artwork here. I like it. I like it.
They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you.
I like Furina's expression. There's something about her. There's something about her design and her expressions that kind of just hit differently. I don't know if it might be like her different eyes, her heterochromia, that maybe just kind of like makes her expressions be able to span the whole gamut. So you get both like a bright-eyed expression and then a dark-eyed expression. That might have something to do with it, maybe.
The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself.
To Poisson? How did you guys know she'd go to Poisson?
So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
Oh, she is so angry. She's so indignant and angry right now. Look at her steaming.
So, you mean the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontanian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Aranias. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human.
Okay, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because the way you guys pulled off that trick in the Opera House was to have the whole thing like on a track underneath the stage and whatnot. So like, you know, that's completely reasonable to do. To get an entire fucking house? Like, what? Did you set up a tunnel from the Poisson all the way to the Opera House? What, did you airlift it in with a helicopter? I don't understand.
My thanks, Furina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support.
Oh.
The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off.
Wait a second. The Fatui, huh? So we finally leaned into our Fatui connections, did we? And what did they do? Did they just pick it up?
We had to select a location, construct a giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
Are you kidding me? Really? You guys dug a tunnel from Poisson to the Opera House? Like, doesn't that go underneath the water? Underneath the ocean? You guys are fucking nuts. And they did this all in like what? Like a matter of a week or two? What? Jesus Christ.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that. We deceived you back there. Sorry.
Then, I can guess Nervillette and Cloran's parts.
Uh-huh. Well, they look so tiny.
You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson. You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
No, you guessed wrong, boo-boo.
Oh?
My mission was to give you one last chance. We hoped that you'd share your secret with us before the magic box arrived onto the stage.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance.
Yep, that's what happened.
It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Yeah, the only thing we could do now is to judge the Hydro Archon. Still, I can't help but feel a little bothered by that conversation earlier. What did Furina want to say to me right before we arrived on the stage?
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along.
Madam Prosecutor? Sir, that is my mother. Just call me Lumine.
This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Your hat looks like it came from a child's costume set.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte!
Hi.
Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine! So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument!
It's a super practical gift. I never would have thought of using it in this way.
Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
Oh no, is this a recap episode?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right.
Jeez, okay. Oh my god.
I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case I'd been following all this time. I guess you could also see this as a happy coincidence.
The truth behind the serial disappearances of young women case.
This is the first time Monsieur Nervillette had a difference of opinion with the oratories. Even the Hydro Archon can't figure it out.
Child's conviction.
A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something.
Yeah, and she's got extraordinary fashion sense. Fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed in a single day. That I didn't witness that scene personally will always be a source of professional regret, I think.
The whale in the dream.
According to Monsieur Nervillette, both Child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea at that time.
Navia falling into the seawater.
I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that still gives me shivers. The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
Okay. Sounds good.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervylette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna be stuck in this for like another hour or so. So I think we're gonna be going into overtime with this stream tonight. So buckle up, people.
Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this. Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon.
Holy shit, she talked again.
Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
God damn.
Wait, what was that? Lady Furina's a fraud?
For a second, like, every time Lumine's voice shows up, I have to take a second to be like, who the fuck is that? Who's talking? What's going on right now?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon.
She speaks.
Charge accepted. Lady Furina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Furina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Furina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Furina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Furina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory.
That's interesting to think about, that like Furina existed before a lot of these adults were born, despite the fact that she looks like a teenager.
See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
Sounds like someone wants to sweep things under the rug really quickly.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Furina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people.
The people only see you as their Archon because that's their long-held belief.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist,
God, my
then
arm
let me
itches
ask.
for whatever reason.
If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
I've got to think carefully. What do we know to be special about Furina exactly? I honestly have no idea. Like, what do we even know about her? Let me see. Truth behind the serial disappearances of young women case? Oh, they just straight up say they're irrelevant. Child's conviction. Though Neuvillette believed Child to be innocent, the Oratrice judged him as guilty. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, she didn't know why the Oratrice did that shit.
That doesn't sound right.
What?
Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case.
Say what? Okay, alrighty then. She revealed that she had already probed Furina on her own and believes it is impossible that not only is Furina not really the Archon, but that she is actually afflicted with some sort of Oh! Maybe I should have just read it.
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Such as a curse.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
Doesn't matter who gave us the information. What matters is the veracity of the claim.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
So Furina, instead of an Archon, could you just be a cursed human?
Furina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Oh ho ho ho! Shocked emoji.
Well,
Shocked Pikachu.
Don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being? Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the endemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
Wait, that one trial proved the opposite. Furina actually has no control over the Oratrice at all. Here we go. She said that long-ass name, no way. Yeah.
But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
She said it. She said it so naturally, like she's used to having big, cumbersome things inside of her mouth.
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
I mean, in a trial, there kind of is.
Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order.
Yeah.
While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost
allegedly
the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
You dare use my own spells against me?
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Furina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
Oh, well, I mean, some say that the Archon is immune from all legal impunity.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon? Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created.
Why is Paimon being smart? This is scaring me.
You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
Sure, we can put the Oratrice aside for now, but then, Miss Furina, could you give us a brief demonstration of your power as an Archon?
My power as an Archon? There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon?
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
A brief demonstration of your power over Hydro should be quite harmless. Surely an Archon can at least match the capacities of a human with a vision.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium! Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Yes. Her name is Nahida. Thank you, and you will put respect on her name.
Isn't that a huge stretch?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
Dang.
It seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar.
True,
I'm still
yeah.
the same Furina you knew, right? The one that you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me? Please? You've got to believe me.
Aww.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is?
My mom!
If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
If we can't prove that she isn't the Archon, we can try to prove that she is just a human. And if she's only human... How to prove that she's just human? Only the protection of the dead members of Spirit Rasula prevented her from dissolving. Let's see. Over the years, Vache kidnapped and dissolved many young girls for his experiments to try and find a way to bring his wife back who had been dissolved. Murder case unfolded. Though they were cleared of the accusations traveled against them, their identities as agents of the House of Hearth were revealed. Irrelevant. Entrance to the Primordial Sea is sealed beneath the Forbidden Zone in the Fortress of Meropidon. Recently, Primordial Sea is nearly broken out. It was only temporarily pushed back by Nivelette's power. Is it Nivelette? Is he the Archon? Nope. Alright. Whale in the Dream. She believes the prophecy will certainly happen, but that you needn't give up all hope. It's only the protection of the dead members of Spinity Rasu. Is this it? Nope. Alright then. Then this one.
It has been established that all Fontanians can dissolve in water from the Primordial Sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Oh Jesus, we're really gonna tell her to dip herself into some primordial seawater? Man, that's kind of harsh. That's literally like dunking witches to see if they would float or sink. Jeez, man.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Oh.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice.
Super
I
sorry.
swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of the seawater?
Damn, that look on her face.
If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching the seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case.
Oh, she looks so sad.
But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Furina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
God damn, this guy, did he record this with his blue Yeti on top of his wooden desk? Sheesh. Furina. Furina?
Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Girl?
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
I mean, you can't...
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina, you may...
Hey, yo!
Hey!
She actually did the thing!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon!
Jeez.
I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
She getting a little aggro over there.
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siegewin? Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds.
Oh boy.
Let me see.
The real villain.
That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewin.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Furina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Furina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved! Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human.
Wait, what?
After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Wait a second. How did they figure out how to dilute the seawater enough so that it wouldn't dissolve people? That's like you can only test that one way. Please tell me that they that they weren't like they weren't testing different levels of dilution to find how low they had to go for people not to be dissolved.
Yeah, so out of regard hard for Furina's life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Furina could have...
I can't believe... You...
Oh? But what's really going on here? Furina can't have not known the consequences of touching that water as a human. This is too unlike how she usually acts, unless it's actually more important for her to keep up her facade than to save her own life? But hadn't she given up on everything a long time ago?
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing. Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
Oh, man. Damn, everyone's turning on her so quickly.
Anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
Oh, I don't like this, man. God damn, everyone just decided to fall asleep on her.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
Man, we are literally witnessing the active canceling of Furina.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Furina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
Say it, Nubilet. Man. I don't like making her cry, though. Oh? What's going on here?
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Furina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Furina is... guilty.
Oh, man. She sits on her throne, crying.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
I didn't like any of this. This didn't feel
According
good.
To the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Furina is...
Oh?
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
Did the Oratrice just declare Furina to be innocent?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct, then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty.
Wait, what?
To be punished via the death sentence.
Wait, what?
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
Oh, it's real. As an American, I can tell you it is real.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
What a twist!
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This is, yeah, I'm not a fan of any of what just is going on here.
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah, I feel like a miscarriage might have occurred here.
Yeah, even Fauché wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
What's more strange is instead of Furina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydro Archon. Yeah, so if she's not the Hydro Archon, then she doesn't have to be put to death.
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
Yeah, this is a little nutso.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt.
Yes, boy?
Is the trial still going?
Not even.
Fremine! You finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
God damn. With some help from the other Fatui, Fremine brings a stone slate.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea.
God damn, our boy does work.
It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water. But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father will be disappointed in me.
Don't worry, the mystery hasn't been resolved yet. It's still not too late for you to shine, baby boy.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
This looks like the previous Hydro Archon releasing her divine power, turning the Oceanids into human beings. Uh-huh.
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Huh. So the Hydro Archon turned Fontaine into... So this was supposed to be like the first one? So she turned the people of Fontaine into Oceanids, and then she was like praying to be forgiven for her crimes. And so then does that mean that as recompense for turning the people of Fontaine into Oceanids, like the Fontaine has to be flooded or something? Like that's her punishment?
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Furina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon. So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kinda talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
An association between the contents of the slates and the events in real life.
Let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember.
Uh-huh. Select to check the description on the stone slates to extract key information from them. You can find scenarios related to the stone slate's contents and the incidents recorded in the interview notebook. There you can verify said content. As the verification process continues, the fountain water level in the menu interface will rise. When you have finished verifying all the stone slates, the truth behind the prophecy shall be revealed. Oh my.
The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans.
Oh, the Oceanids turn into humans?
Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well.
I mean, we did see, yeah, we saw Malus and Silver as Oceanids.
The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontanians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing? The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontanians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and not if.
So what am I doing? Verify truth? Stone slates and the ruins showing the prophecy describe a history of the future. The first piece that was originally missing has been found by Fremine. It seems to show the former Hydro Archon using divine power to turn Oceanids into people. Yeah, with Navia.
That doesn't sound cool.
Wait, what? Oh, we can do this one.
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontanians can be dissolved in primordial seawater.
Oh my god, she talks again.
Slate tells us that long ago, the Hydro Archon used her power to turn Oceanids into humans. This might be the reason that Fontanians can dissolve.
Okay. Stone slate showing the prophecy describe the history of the future. It shows Celestia floating in the sky, the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together, but the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. Let's see. After the court proved that Furina was not the Hydro Archon, the verdict displayed Hydro Archon guilty. Let's see. She believes the prophecy will certainly happen, but that you needn't give up all hope. Only the protection of the Dead Sea members. Orishri's judged him as guilty in the end, and even Furina didn't know why. Entrance to the Primordial Sea is sealed. It's only temporarily pushed back by Neuvillette.
That doesn't sound...
Yeah.
That doesn't...
No.
That doesn't...
Okay.
That doesn't...
Alright then.
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Neuvillette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone slates.
I see. Okay. Shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. Surrounded by many people. Turns out Fontanians can be dissolved by water from the primordial sea. Over the years, Vache kidnapped and... Oh, wait, no. That's not what we're... Intrusion of the primordial sea into the fortress of Meripede. Child's conviction. Navia falling into seawater.
It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that be alluding to the same thing?
So she would be judged if she were to go into the sea. Shows a scene that is basically identical to that described in the prophecy circulating throughout Fontaine. Fontanians will eventually be dissolved into the sea, and the Hydro Archon will sit alone on her throne and weep. I'm assuming that's this.
That doesn't sound...
Alright then. Then here.
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society, but not many people believed it at first. The fortress of Meripede was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause Fontanians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy may come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
Alrighty.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form of an Oceanid. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what. The stone slate's content can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light.
Verification complete. All right. So what does this all amount to?
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now. So that's how you can make sense of it. But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
The first slate reveals that Fontanians are not real humans.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
Damn.
All Fontanians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of... No, okay, alright.
The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontanians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial, all of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that the crime of the Hydro Archon was her creation of Fontanians from Oceanids. Oh, is that what it is?
It follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission.
Uh-huh.
That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese.
I mean...
The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
I mean, that was kind of our doing, okay? We can't like, sit here and, wax, you know, woefully over, oh my god, this fate is such a cruel mistress. No, we did this, okay? As for the third slate, I'm still convinced that it should come after the fourth slate.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate?
Falling into the sea. Yeah. And the fourth slate depicts the fulfillment of the prophecy as it's already widely known.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth.
Yeah, good job, Paimon.
However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source.
Oh?
When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Furina's still just up there, like, absolutely traumatized, right?
Well? Did you get it?
He just started, girl. Give him a second.
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well.
Do it.
I will try to briefly summarize it for you. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontanians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct.
Aha!
In the Fontaine of old, The previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land.
Is that right? Oh, look how discontent that water ball over there is.
The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind.
Okay.
However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the seven, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process.
Do Oceanids bleed?
But if Fontainians
I didn't know that.
come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids.
Wow.
Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea.
Uh-huh.
That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
Man, all the people who managed to get tickets to this particular trial. Ooh, they got, they kind of hit the jackpot.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct.
What is the third slate supposed to represent, then?
A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea.
So is it gonna be like... Is it gonna be like a Jesus thing? Do the people of Fontaine have to, like, return to the primordial sea, and then Furina won't have to be, like, punished, or that is the yeah. So the people return to the primordial sea or something like that, leaving the Hydro Archon alone and weeping on her throne and shit like that. But yeah, huh.
The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate.
Oh, geez.
Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice.
It cannot be.
Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
And it's all because we couldn't get that third slate. This is why media literacy matters, people.
What should we do?
I don't know. Feels like there's no way out of this one. We just turned to Furina and we're like, oh, our bad, girl. We might have made a little bit of an oopsie here.
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the
I know what it's like to be a prisoner of fate.
The fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions.
Fallacy?
About the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meropide served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes?
Oh, you seem to have read the script as well.
However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come.
I think that's basically saying the same thing.
As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
I have? Wait, could it be? Wait, what? Oh, we're doing more?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
Wait, huh? We're verifying the truths? We're verifying the truths that we found already? Oh, jeez. Okay, the prophesized disaster will likely spread from here. Became Lenny's attorney. Child's conviction. She is actually afflicted with some sort of curse. Child floating in the sea in a dream, as well as an indescribably massive whale.
It was both dream and reality.
Oh, well, that was quick.
True culprit. That could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
Oh my god, there's Child, like, right there. Yeah, that whale is, pretty big.
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
So, the whale is to blame here. Damn it, whales are supposed to be just big ol' soft boys, man. Oh, another cutscene. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. It's just here. Whale versus dragon, huh? Did he get eaten? Also, that whale does not look as big as it did in that vision. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, shit! Fucking, Jonah over here. That's one friendly whale right there. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, that whale did not look as big as it did in the dream. Hey! Oh, and he's just going back in. Man, all you had to do was scoot yourself a little bit over to the right, and you could have avoided that.
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
Again, it seems smaller than it should have. I'd wager that it's also the one that Child saw when he was young.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here.
Nah, that's a dog. Yeah.
That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while.
Weeping all the whale?
It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist.
Oh my.
Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. food in the form of Fontanians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner.
Oh man, fine. Thanks, child.
From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
Yeah, that's all we need to do. All we need to do is find a way to beat up the giant space whale.
It is too late.
What you talking about, Nuvalet?
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Indeed, that's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end, no matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
Not unless we beat it up good enough. Oh. Ellipses.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
Oh yeah! Yeah, we just have to not give up. I forgot. just buck up. Just don't give up. After everything, it still turned out like this. We couldn't fight against fate. Wait, but if this is all about fate...
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall?
Oh, so we just gotta go into those little corners, those little Blair Witch corners, and we can get up to some anti-god fate shenanigans. Click.
Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Could it be that even if the prophecy will be fulfilled, there will still be a way to save everyone? Can I use my protagonist powers to make it happen? Did I miss something? Wait, I forgot about Furina. What was it that she wanted to say to me at that last moment in the giant magic box? She looks so precious there, guys. Look at her. She's so scared. And she was about to tell us, man. Like, Linny, could you not have just, like, I don't know, not opened the box? Like, right away? What is her real secret? Yeah, let's go get it out of her. Let's be like, hey, little traumatized girl, just tell us. Open up.
What's happening with the oratories?
It's like the third cutscene we've had today.
It is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Hey, yo, what? Well, I mean, if she's not the Hydro Archon, it shouldn't matter, right?
No, I still need answers.
Man, Lumin is talking a lot today. Oh? What the hell? Is that the actual Archon? Hey, yo? Is she hot? It looks like it. Feet. Painted toenails? Oh, it's just Furina.
You.
What? Furina? even the subtitles are like, it's Furina, I think.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
Her name starts with a G, right?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
I think that's still Furina's voice actress. I think that's still her. She's just, you know, reaching down, you know?
Focalor, why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded.
Hearing that voice coming out of Furina's face feels very odd.
One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe. Now does it?
Now, okay, is this Furina? Like, the Furina who is sitting up there? Is this her, or is this like a separate entity?
She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in.
Also, is her outfit like, is that just her bare chest right there? My oh my. She is very flat. I did not realize.
I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum.
Yes, that is 100% still Furina's voice actress.
I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Wow.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being.
So this is basically like what A did. It's, I mean, she like split herself into two. That seems to be like a running thing with the most recent Archons, with Nahida, with A, now with Furina. Like, okay, guys, we need to get our Archons some new gimmicks, okay?
The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Furina.
So she is a human.
She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished.
But she has no powers.
Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles.
You put our girl through a lot of grief, you know. I think you were deliberately hiding all the information regarding the prophecy from her, making her run around for like 500 years trying to figure this shit out. I don't know, you could have just like come into her dreams or something, whispered into her ear and been like, hey, don't worry about it. Just have fun. Just fucking hang out for a bit, okay? 1 second. That probably didn't do anything. But anyway. So anyways, I cursed her. It's crazy. Oh, man.
Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne.
Hey, nice, sick rhymes, bro.
In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Furina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness.
Aww.
Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass.
Yeah, you kind of did our girl dirty, you know.
I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Furina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it.
Yeah, you get on that.
It's been 500 years. And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Damn. That's pretty metal. So, what's going on out here? I came into contact with Furina's tears. If I remember correctly, tears often contain a being's strongest emotions. With sufficiently strong hydrosensitivity, I can form an emotional connection, just like I did with that Oceanid at the Fountain of Lucine. Wait, could this be Furina's inner world? Oh, it's so lonely. Furina, what is she doing on stage? Wait a moment. That probably isn't Furina. That's likely a reflection of her inner self. Yeah, she do be looking pretty smug right now, which is how she should be looking normally. If I can directly speak to that self, I might be able to easily get what I wanted to know. I came here for answers. Either way, this opportunity is not to be missed. Let me try talking to her. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we could end it here, but that doesn't feel right, so let's at least try and wrap up all this nonsense here. Oh, okay. Really? You're making me go all the way around to the stairs. Aye. Furina.
Oh, who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules.
Come on, it's me.
All right. It is not my intent to reprimand
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance.
I don't see an audience here.
Oh, do
Let's
not
let the stage lights go off.
Can you not feel
Please, if only for 1 second. Yeah, she's dying, begging on the inside to no longer be on stage, for no one to be looking at her anymore.
I am Focalor, the eyes
That
of
way
countless
I can become
Fontanians
myself
are upon
again.
me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
Something's off. There's no getting through to her. Even in her heart of hearts, she's still playing the role of the Hydro Archon. What sort of resolve must she have that even her inner self and subconscious would have such an impenetrable defense? I have to find a way to make this all okay. I can't believe a small mistake could cause so much heartache. Wait, what? Turn off the spot. Oh. Okay.
Dear audience, the
Whoa, what?
performance is experiencing a technical difficulty.
Oh, shit.
But worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
I hate these things. No matter how sexy they are.
You asked.
There we go. And then...
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Ah, shit, I missed. God dang it. You need to stand still, madam.
Get it on. Lightning,
Whoopsie. Wait, what? Hold up. Okay. Mobby.
Final warning. Justice will prevail. Gloves off.
Get fucked. Last one. That's all the spotlights turned off. In Furina's heart, they must have symbolized the eyes of the people on her. Speaking of which, I think I just received some sort of signal. Was that her true voice? A ticket. When did that end up here? Hey, yo. The ticket to Furina's heart? I'll take it. Oh, an audience member seat. Looks like the show is about to begin. In that case, show me how you truly feel, Furina. Before a mirror, Furina. Oh. Huh? Oh.
Furina. Furina.
Huh?
Who?
Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Oh, there she
I
is.
am before you.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Her eyes are reversed from Furina's.
Mirror
I just noticed.
What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
I feel like I'm gonna need to update the stream title and the thumbnail for this stream, because there's way more Furina. We're getting way more Furina here than I initially intended for us to.
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world.
Oh, I just realized, yeah, she's got, right here, she's got short hair and black shorts.
If there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
Aww. See, underneath all her bravado and her vanity, Furina's a good girl.
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Wait, is this like way back when she first created her?
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy.
Yeah, this must have been when she first was created.
Should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
And she was going to tell us this. She was going to tell us this back in the box.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like.
And this is why she was always such a brat. Because I guess she envisioned a god. This is the way a god acts.
Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, You will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial? Huh. How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
Aww. Scene 2, accession speech. Yep, I see the chair there. Oh, they're really gonna make me walk up, RP walk up onto it. Someone turn down the AC!
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
The fucking summon courage. Man, I think a lot of us wish it could just be just push the have courage button and just do it. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Furina de Fontaine, your new Archon.
Appear earnest.
In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice.
Close politely.
Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise.
Please send them to my Maros.
The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine.
Man.
Okay, and next.
Wish I was able to do something like that.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Wow.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-back puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy.
Man, for 500 years, huh?
Right.
Sheesh.
Myrmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Furina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play.
And...
Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering, if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Could you speak up? Couldn't quite hear you back there.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
Man, shut them up real quickly.
Turn them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech.
Resolutely, with conviction.
My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin.
Turn up the drama.
The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And on the other, praise and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine!
And emphatically.
There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All
Pointing.
that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Yay, woo! You go, Slay Queen, yeah! I wish right at the very end you just hear, yeah, Slay Queen! Opera House Furina. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Oh, calm down, girl. Calm down. Oh, geez. You're doing okay. You're okay, girl. You got this. Okay. What's going on here?
Lady Furina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now. Was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette.
She's doing some poor attempt at hitting the gritty. I have no idea what that means.
Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial to end all things. How could you hope to understand?
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
One day. One day more. All right. And how about over here?
Lady Furina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family too.
Oh no! It's like when the VTuber calls you out in chat, and you're like, "Oh my God, you remember me?"
doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Simp!
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
My god. So she did this for 500 years without ever having to, like, do anything? She never had to display her powers. She never had to, you know, get a little rough and tumbly. It's just all on sheer force of personality. Okay.
Oh, you're such a gentle and wise god. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
All right. Books on the floor.
Here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Useless!
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods, after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy.
They confused, but they got the spirit. And then just lay down to bed. This is her bed? It's much less grand than I figured it'd be.
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved. All right, Furina, don't think too hard about this. You need rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
Dang. We're still going, huh? Scene 4, Opera House Furina. I swear to God, man, how much longer does this go for?
Lady Furina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
Oh boy.
Lady Furina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Simp!
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Furina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute. I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry about.
Is this what would happen every single day for her at the end of the day? She's constantly like on edge of the cracks forming.
I just don't know when these days will end.
I really like this. Whoever was in charge of the direction of this whole scene here, really good. Like this shot here, like the empty space, having her take up only a third of the shot, and then all the transitions and stuff. Like, honestly, the entirety of Fontaine has been a little bit more, the direction has been upped a little bit more.
I feel utterly exhausted.
Best to rest early today, too.
Oh, she looks so sad. Scene 5, Opera House Furina. Just more and more and more. Man, she was putting in the work. She was doing it. She's just a regular ass human. Oh no. Scene 182,375, Opera House Furina.
It's like a dream being able to speak with you up close like this. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deotaria, almost 20 generations ago.
Damn.
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful believer, a descendant of a line most ardent.
You can't see her face.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Furina. My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Oh, are you crying?
Uh-huh. Really now? I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it.
Oh my...
Honored indeed.
Oh my god, dude. This face. Holy shit. I just immediately thought of, like, smile. Even when your heart is breaking. Oh my god. Or the Katy Perry meme. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you could never let them know because they would never understand. Oh my god. Oh, Furina. Oh, she's cracking. She's cracking, bro. Oh my goodness. Poor Furina. I know.
So lonely. Just how much longer?
Oh.
Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more.
Oh man. The show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. That's it. That's Furina's fucking theme song. Oh man.
I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far?
Oh.
I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. But there's not even a sliver of hope that we might break the prophecy. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
Yeah, girl, you owe our girl, like, a huge apology. 182,376. Furina and... Huh?
Furina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Oh. That's my voice in this scene from when we were within that giant magic box. That's my voice? Oh, I didn't even recognize it at first because I never hear it. This is great. I didn't think that this scene would replay in her inner world. Surely I'll find out what she wanted to tell me this time. Yeah, and then I'll see how my betrayal absolutely destroyed her on the inside.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
Yeah.
If that's the case... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Furina, you shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really all right? Furina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Just this once.
God, and then we just fucking stabbed her in the back, man.
Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard.
Ellipses.
No, I have nothing to say. I am Furina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better.
Dang.
All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Sigh.
Fine.
Wait, is that how it actually played out? Did they show us fake news when we actually saw the scene?
Furina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate.
Man.
It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber.
I really like this music.
It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's what the giant floating sword is. It's the Gnosis.
Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
Is the Gnosis gonna fall down on top of her?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Furina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan, then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia, and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Furina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
Yep, that seems pretty fitting.
But...
Bare feet claps.
Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Oh man, shut up. Shut up, man.
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on, that should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Nervillet, the highest judge in our land, When you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Eudex, I see now that that was your idea too.
Yeah. Imbue the dragon with a fascination and reverence for humanity, so that when it was time for him to pass judgment on them, he'd probably be like, "No, you guys are cool, I guess."
At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Oh man, the feet bros are winning on this with this one. It's like the sword of Damocles. Oof. Dang. Oh yeah, you need to apologize to Furina before you go. Thank you, Furina, for all you've done. From this moment on, please live happily as a human, just as I wished we could. Oh, shit! Oh, it's raining hard.
I, Eudex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Okay, I got chills. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. Is that water from the primordial sea? God damn, man. Holy shit. Some pretty nutso stuff.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Yeah, what was going on for all of y'all? How long did that all take place?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
You could say that.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry.
You obtained power?
Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
You mean moi?
The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal.
Oh, swimming in the star ocean, making a commotion.
Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Wait, oh shit, are we going in? Oh, do I really have to fight it right now? Oh boy. I thought it was gonna give me like a second, but... Oh boy. Wait, with my... Wait, with my current team?
Going to do that! It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate.
Oh god.
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall prefer an opening together.
Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying right now, man.
I can feel it softly turning into hostility.
Right now.
You're dead meat!
Shit. Oh, man. Oh. I wish I could have destroyed the Eye of the Maelstrom.
Buckle up!
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. The chance will present itself.
Oh boy. Man, I wish I could have had a different party. This one's still kind of experimental.
Out of my way! Right now. Emerge.
Oh geez. Oh boy. Huh? Whoa.
Thingy over there.
Drop your weapons! Hands where I can see! You asked for it.
Dude, what is this music? It goes hard.
Nothing lasts forever.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Stop right there!
Emerge. Right here.
Oh boy.
I'll settle this. Justice will prevail. Final warning. Book alive. Gloves off.
Oh my god. To interrupt shadow attacks.
Right now. Right here. Right now.
What is happening? Oh geez. This music totally beats. Yeah. That wasn't it, was it? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? Hey, yo? Ma'am? Who are you? Oh no, she's hot. When is your banner? That was
Thanks
it?
for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but oh well.
Madam, introductions are in need of order here.
It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
Uh-huh. She's hot and she threw child. I love her. I want to marry her immediately. She kind of reminds me of Omega from Hololive.
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
Ooh, those
But they bumped
thighs!
into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder.
Is this N?
I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Your master's pet, disciple.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right?
Skirk?
It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand,
Oh my.
managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
Man, they're giving us some very nice shots of her thighs, and I just noticed her legs. They're like crystal stars or something. What the fuck?
So you may speak to me as equals.
What sort of person would take the all-devouring narwhal as a pet?
I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal.
I can't see if she has a vision, so I don't know if that means she'll be a playable character.
That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did.
Oh.
His name is Sir Taloji.
Sir Taloji. Literally, who? Oh man. She looks a bit like a Honkai character. Yeah, I guess she kind of does. She kind of does have that aesthetic to her.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master is insufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Like F-O-W-L or F-O-U-L? I mean, I know we know which one she means, but they can't see the subtitles.
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhindaughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhindaughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter.
Oh my goodness.
They're both pursuing some form of perfection.
Ma'am, your outfit is a little criminal, I would say. I don't think she has a vision. Oh, she's not gonna be playable. Well, I mean, neither did Furina or Scaramouche, so you know.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest.
I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by everything she's got going on.
As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos.
Uh-huh.
In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
Oh my god.
What?
No, there's little to be surprised about, Paimon. It is natural, after all, the prophecy will surely come true. We knew this and accepted it. However...
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
Oh?
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain. weeping on her throne.
Oh, Jesus! Bro!
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
God damn. Hold up. Is this actually happening, or... We've had so many cutscenes. Oh, hey! How's everyone doing?
Hey! Help! Over here!
Oh my goodness. Is everyone just gonna start like popping up to the surface? Y'all better watch where you're driving your boats. They are! Dude, that would be horrific. Like... Oh, here comes our boy with his arc. Oh, goodness gracious.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue.
The claw!
Hurry!
You guys couldn't have figured out like a better a better form factor than an actual claw? Are we gonna have to open up the drain underneath the prison and drain the water like that? Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure everyone would have drowned.
The water's receding.
Oh, it's just going away. Okay, never mind. Well, did we even really need the... Did we actually need the arc then?
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Look at that, girl. Everyone's okay. You did all right.
Are you alright?
We're safe. The prophecy was wrong.
Oh man. Dude, I gotta say, the story of Fontaine has been, I gotta say, this might be like the first storyline since Inazuma that I thought was like 10 out of 10 storytelling.
Disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, lunar brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team.
Uh-huh.
Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
Lumine just immediately like, yeah. They might have been real big shots from the start. We just didn't meet them in that capacity.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down.
I mean, we could all use some good news nowadays.
The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
The articles do make me curious about how things will play out.
Hyman's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Oh, she's still after our boy. She's like, oh, I really just need to get myself all over that man.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I think with that, we'll finally go ahead and call it there for the evening. I was not planning on this being an overtime stream, but it just didn't feel right to end it anywhere else. Okay, well, nearly went for 4 hours tonight. Yeah, that's, oh boy. Alrighty, well, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We managed to get all the way through all the crazy stuff. So yeah. Cutscene was very long. Yeah, I mean they were really cool. I just didn't think we were gonna be getting to all of that tonight. What I thought was gonna happen, I thought they were gonna give me like a second to, I don't know, like gather up my my items or change out my team or whatever before I went in to fight the whale. I was planning on ending it there, but yeah, clearly Genshin had different ideas. So yeah, we had to go for a little bit longer. But all right, we finally did. We saw Furina's trial. We saw the prophecy. We fought the whale. It was just all came at us all at once. God dang. All right, well, I'll be interested to see how things proceed from here. And yeah, I'll probably be changing the title and the thumbnail for this stream because it was just yeah, it doesn't feel right to have all this, you know, just kind of being like with a throwaway title and sort of like a more cutesy thumbnail. So yeah, but all right, yeah, let's go ahead and call it there for the evening. So I want to thank anyone that decided to come in to check out the stream, even for just a minute or two or an hour or 3. You know, no stream tomorrow, but on Tuesday we'll be getting back to Red Dead 2. So if you want to know when the stream goes live, follow my socials or subscribe, and you'll be notified. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So with that being said, I hope you guys have yourselves a good night, a good day, or a good morning, wherever it might be for you. And hopefully you all have a good Monday tomorrow, and with any luck, I will see you guys on Tuesday. So until then, stay groovy, everybody.